Confirmation now, the Springbok hooker, Bongi Mbonambi, is free to play for South Africa in the Rugby World Cup final after World Rugby closed the review into allegations of discriminatory language attributed to him by the England flank Tom Curry. His availability had been in doubt amid investigations that included last week's semi-final and a separate incident last year. Vaylen Kirtley has the latest.
It was a nervous wait for South African fans when World Rugby announced that they would be reviewing allegations made by South Africa's remaining specialist hooker at the tournament. Today, SA Rugby confirmed there were allegations that the player denied from the outset and welcomed the decision. Ahead of the Springbok team announcement, World Rugby said they'd looked into two allegations made by England's Tom Curry, which he is said to have experienced during the World Cup semi-final and during the November-Autumn Series test against South Africa in 2022. Following the review, they determined that there's insufficient evidence at this time to proceed with charges. Therefore, the matter is deemed closed unless additional evidence comes to light. Springbok coach Jacques Nienaber explained that the media storm created around the allegations did little to distract them from the task of preparing for the All Blacks on Saturday.
Look, I must say, we're fortunate in terms of the support and the legal team and everybody that worked behind the scenes. I mean, we were very shielded from it, to be honest. And where we stay on the Gulf Estate over here, we almost in our own little bubble. So for us, it was business as usual, and we just focused on rugby, and that was taken care of in the background.
Meanwhile, World Rugby added that they accept the player made the allegations in good faith and that there's no suggestion that they were made deliberately false or malicious, while noting their concern about the social media abuse the two have been exposed to. Springbok captain Kirtley is aware of the abuse Curry has had to endure and offered his support.
Yeah, it's definitely, especially for me, if it's a player, if it's a coach, if it's a referee, I obviously don't support that, and I obviously feel for him. And I have spoken to him. I've spoken to him and sent him a message as soon as I saw what's going on. Because somebody that I respect, that I've played with against for quite a while. And I've been through it too. When we can take it as players, when it comes to us directly, it's fine. But when it comes to your family, it's totally different. And that's exactly what he said to me, that it's really hard when people, when the family is involved. So yeah, it's the one part of the game that we really don't enjoy. You know, we don't mind being criticized about how we play on the field and everything like that. You know, but when it comes personal, and you know, we've experienced it too. Couples, this family experience it. They have death threats. You know, so we've been there. And as a rugby family, as much as we compete, we definitely do support each other when things like this happen. It doesn't matter whether you're position or not. So I feel for him and I feel for his family, and I hope, you know, obviously it stops, and I hope he was able to prepare as much as he could for the game that he's playing tomorrow. So I'll let you know that we are supporting him and that we're thinking of him.
The Rugby Football Union of England said they were disappointed by World Rugby's decision, saying that choosing not to put the evidence before an independent disciplinary panel has denied the disciplinary process the chance to hear Curry's voice and to independently assess his accounts. Both players still have a match to play for their country in the tournament, with both in the starting 15 respectively, as England face Argentina on Friday for bronze, while South Africa face New Zealand for a record fourth title on Saturday. Mbonambi will be integral again for South Africa against New Zealand, as the forwards' heavy bench selected indicate the type of match coach Jacques Nienaber expects, one that the forwards are prepared for.
Russian Jacques made it very clear on Monday when we internally announced who's playing and the squad that it's going to come down to the forwards and the way we pitch up and giving a platform for the backs to show a bit of magic and X factor. But we all know the brand and style that the All Blacks play and how dynamic they can be. But for us, it's all about work rate, that physicality, that scrum battle, that line-out morning. And for us, if you've got an opportunity to play for 40 minutes or 45 minutes, it's absolutely emptying the tank and giving everything and making sure you leave nothing out there, and then the next guy just steps in and takes over. So it's all about an 80, 85, 100 minute performance, it's giving you everything empty in the tank, and the next guy just takes over and carries on with the job.
Ninabe announced the most experienced Springbok team to try and retain the world title. The team features 10 players who started the Rugby World Cup final 4 years ago and eclipsed the record set last week with a combined total of 987 caps. For the individuals and team who won the title 4 years ago, the motivation remains the same.
Obviously, it will be massive, not only for us as a team, but what it will mean for the country as well. And it's been obviously 4 years of hard work, sacrifice, dedication that's gone on into this, and the planning, from the support staff, the coaches, and us as players, sacrificing a lot of time from home, bodies on the pitch. We've lost Malcolm, we've lost Makazole, obviously in the games leading up to the final. So we are doing it for them as well, and as I said, for everyone back home. So it's really special. But in saying that, we are coming up against a great side in the All Blacks, and they're not going to obviously make it easy. They also won the cup, and as you said, it'll be the fourth for whoever wins on Saturday. So it's going to be a massive contest, and we'll be preparing for that. And I think the pressure that we've got in the quarters, in the semi-final, set us up nicely for the final. So we're looking forward to it, and it's going to be a war, I think.
South Africa have another stat that works in their favour heading into this Rugby World Cup final. They've never lost one when they've competed in one. The final takes place between South Africa, number 1 in the world, and number 2 in the world, New Zealand, on Saturday at the Stade de France. Kickoff is at 9 p.m. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Vaylen Kirtley.